Hi, I'm Olivia Clarke, editor of Chicago Lawyer Magazine and the Chicago Daily Law Bulletin. We're here today with Tina Martini and David Susler, the two columnists for the Inside Out column, and we're going to be talking about technology. So how has technology made life easier for lawyers?
When you look at how we practice law today, PDAs, for example, personal digital assistants, whether they're BlackBerries or iPhones, give you access to people and enable you to contact them in a way that you couldn't a few years ago. When you look at how much easier it is to dial into your office and to access your desktop applications, you can set up a virtual office as long as you can get on the internet. Also, when you look at email, texting, and social networking, it enables you to stay in contact with your clients and with your professional network in a much easier way. And given that we're a profession that really relies upon relationships and on the personal touch, that ends up being very important.
You know, technology, I think, at least for me, it gives me a little bit of peace of mind when I'm traveling for work or on vacation because I can be accessible. You know, say for example, if I'm on vacation, I can have a little bit more peace of mind because I know things aren't blowing up at the office because I can check in, and I'd rather take a few minutes here and there while I'm on vacation because it helps keep some order for when I get back to the office afterwards. We tend to talk about the fancy bells and whistles and the latest technology and how it's changed the practice, but it really can be as simple as using a cell phone to call the courthouse to tell them you're going to be late for court because you're stuck on the expressway behind an accident, which actually happened to me in the mid-1990s, and I had no way to contact the court because this was before I had a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the main reasons I got a cell phone.
How does it make your life more difficult?
These days, when you look at the way in which business is done, you've got email, you've got PDAs, you've got VPNs. It's a very different story. 10 years ago, there was no real such thing as instantaneous delivery of anything. The quickest you could get something to somebody would be messenger, fax, or overnight delivery. And what that translates into is, because you can respond just as quickly as you can get it, there seems to be an expectation of an immediate response. And what this results in is longer hours, especially if you happen to have a day that's very heavy with email. You end up working longer hours, sometimes it's longer days and into weekends. And so that has really drastically changed the practice.
Pressure to turn work around so much faster has virtually destroyed our ability to take the time to thoroughly think through and analyze matters. And it's the ability to think and analyze that are really two of the key components of an attorney's currency and trade. I think technology can also destroy work-life balance, as we've talked about. For example, you can never truly get away from the office. Like I said, I like being able to check in when I'm on vacation, but on the flip side is I can never truly be fully on vacation because wherever I am, I literally have work in my pocket with my BlackBerry and now in my hand with my iPad. The speed at which technology moves, it's resulted in it alters our perception of time and our patience to the point now where we really essentially don't have any. For example, I practiced for 9 years before I had a computer at work. And back then, for example, I would dictate a letter, give it to my secretary, wait for her to turn it around and give it back to me, and it could be a day or two before the final product was in the mail out the door. It would take even longer for a brief. That was nothing back then. But now I can't imagine having to wait that long.
So, in this relationship, who is more technologically savvy?
I have certain specialties and David has certain specialties. I tend to be better with respect to PDAs and related gadgets. And when it comes to the TV, the DVR, and the computer, David tends to troubleshoot those more often.
So when you're trying to get a hold of each other, what sorts of technology are you using?
I do prefer to talk on the telephone, but if I need to reach her, I'll email her because she constantly is checking her BlackBerry, whether she's in the office or out and about. And then, of course, she usually emails me back and says, I'm on a call. So, as she said, I don't tweet, I don't text, and I don't use Facebook to get in touch. Facebook to me is, it's like another form of email, and I use it occasionally. I just don't see the need for it. I think cell phone and BlackBerry, that a telephone call and regular email is more than sufficient to get in touch with people. And I guess I'm still a little old-fashioned. My preference is to talk to people, whether on the phone or in person.
And when it comes to Facebook, in terms of reaching out to people, I usually won't do that unless it's somebody that I can't reach by other means. Like if it's someone from college that I haven't seen in a long time and I'm able to locate them on Facebook, then I'll reach out to them that way. But my general philosophy is to reach out to people in the most efficient way based on what technology they prefer to use.
Well, thank you both very much.
Thank you.